Hello, I'd like to welcome you to my introverted life. I'm Wendy, and this is a channel mostly about cross stitch. Little knitting thrown in on occasion. Eventually, at some point, there'll be a little bit of diamond painting. Yeah, knitting and cross stitch are my two main ones. I can't think of what else you might see other than diamond painting. Maybe a little crochet. And quite possibly anything else I might come along with. Sorry, my camera. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. This is me we're talking about, okay? I don't know what to tell you. I thought I'd start off this video letting you know that it's Saturday, March 19th. Pretty sure that's what it is. And I'm starting it off with a 25/7 spin, because I actually did one today and was promised in the last video. I kept my promise. Go me. Yeah. 25/7 spin, for those of you who don't know. For most people, well, I'm the only one I know of that does it. 25/7 itself is purposefully picking out a project and working on it 25 minutes a day, every day. I already have kind of a focus piece at this point. I don't know if I'll keep with a focus piece anytime after finishing my focus piece, which is Lady of the Flag. So during this time frame, to help keep me from becoming too burnt out on having a focus piece, I have decided on turning the 25/7 into the 25/7 spin. I call it a spin because I have one of the little spinny wheels on my phone with all my whips on it, and I spin that, and whatever one it lands on, I work on for, about half an hour. Today's spin was Halloween Quaker, Lila Studios, and from what I understand, people talk to her at market, it is Lila. It has been officially confirmed as Lila. Lila. I like Lila. I think Lila is pretty sounding. But from what I know, she's been asked before. And she'll probably be asked 100 more times, but that's the way it goes. So, this is where I'm at. I just have the witch, a little motify here, the hat, and I'm moving on up into this motif here, and then we'll do that little guy right there and start moving on basically wherever I feel like going, because that's the way I roll, at least with this piece. So I will see you again here in a sec to show you my progress. And here's where I ended up. I actually got quite a few stitches in there. It's really weird, you can't tell. It definitely looks different outside of the camera, but this is a blend of black and a gray. If I was in regular daylight instead of a ring light over me, that would probably help, but you can kind of see there. So when you pull back, it actually looks grayish, not black. And this is just DMC conversion that I'm doing from Classic Colorworks. When I purchased this pattern off Etsy, Lila's Studio in the description actually had a color conversion, which included blends and stuff like that. Like this is blended. I believe this is blended. I feel like this is blended. But yeah, that is where I'm at with that. So I will be back, I'm gonna assume tomorrow, with update. I need to work on my second lip goal for this month, which is knitting socks. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't feel like doing it. Should I walk away from the Whip Go Challenge as soon as the 3rd month? Probably shouldn't. Probably won't. But I don't know. I guess you'll just have to wait and see what I end up doing, which will come to you right here in a second. Would you look at that there? I did it. I actually did it. I got started on the socks last night. Can you believe it? It's just the cuff, and I kept goofing off and doing other things, but for, you know, goofing off half the time, if I just sit there and just work on it, it just knits right up. I also had issues with my hands wanting to go numb. Yay, getting old and having arthritis and dealing with all that crap. Somebody give me your youth. I want your youth. I want my youth back. Actually, just want the body that wasn't falling apart back. I have no problem being in my 40s. That's cool. I want my youthful body back. Not for looks. I didn't look any better in my youth than I do now, so just, you know, we're the basic, I don't know. Sorry, words lost. Went bye-bye. But yeah, cuff will be in this color. Then I'll be swapping it out to a white that's speckled with a bunch of different colors. And then heels and toes, I think, will be in this as well. That's the plan. So hopefully you'll be seeing a little more progress on that. Sorry. Yarn everywhere. I pulled this out this morning and did this past week's temperature. Started here in this yellow, went down. One line here that's a little darker. Snowed that day because, you know, Colorado. I noticed in January not a lot of temperature changes, and then we start getting into more of you know, line changes and stuff. And we're definitely seeing it this month, but it's March. It's to be expected. We're going to be mixing between the cold and the warmer. Not quite hot, but the cold and the warmer. It's what we do. I also did my 25/7 spin for today, and that is this Folk 3, this Scandinavian, I think she also calls it, Scandinavian pattern. She doesn't have a specific title for it. Well, I say she. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the shop owner she. So this is where I'm starting at, and I will be back in a moment to show you where I ended up. And here's where I got to. I finished off the thread that was over here, and then, believe it or not, this is another color. That's just like slight gray, very pale gray, and then it's white with it. I swear. I swear. But I filled in the white here. I got in here and got to this little spot right there and realized I had missed a stitch on that side and on that side because they mirror each other. And when I was filling it in, I just followed this side from this side. So yeah, I was missing a stitch. So because they, you know, were so similar in color and all, I decided to just fill it in with the white instead of the gray, because I'm lazy like that. And yeah, oh well, it works. Anyways, plans for today, most likely knitting on the socks. Gotta get that Whip Go Gold done. Gotta get it done. That's what them goals are there for, so you finish projects or work on projects or whatever the case may be, you know? So That's the plan. Maybe a little Lady of the Flag later tonight. Who knows? I got to get to do some work, though. Working. I don't want to work. Why do I have to work? Why can't I get paid to sit around and cross stitch and knit and sew and just do whatever, huh? Why can't I get paid for that? Life is not fair. Oh well, see you in a sec. It is now Monday. It is actually Monday evening. I did manage to do a 25/7 spin a day, and this would be it. And this is it after I've done the 25. It was closer to 40 minutes, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I didn't show it to you before because there was nothing there before. I spun Death by Cross Stitch, which, as you may realize, I have not started yet. Well, I had not started yet when I spun it. So this is 32 count Jobelan even weave that I hand dyed myself, which is why you will on occasion see little speckles, because I had a little deal where I just didn't get it mixed up. Thought I had. I worked really hard to mix it up. It didn't get mixed up. But it's okay. I've decided to work with it. It doesn't really bother me that much. And you cannot see those speckles from a distance, really. Hardly at all. Yeah. I don't know. I want to stitch it. It's more important to stitch it than it is for it to be absolutely perfect. I have this fabric which is slightly washed out. It is actually a aqua-y blue tealy color, and then there's some modeling in here that does go into more of a green, like a light olive green, which is really cool. And I really do like that part of it, even with the speckles. So the thread is DMC 3371, I believe. I bought a cone of it, so I should be good to go. I put in 105 stitches in about 40 minutes or so. Seems about my average. Just started the border. It's not much of a start, but it's a start. As for, other work, I worked on the sock last night, and I've gotten here. Didn't spend too awful much time on it, but when I leave you guys, this is what I'm going to work on. So you'll probably see more progress on it tomorrow. So I'll be back in a sec with that. Okay, it is Wednesday now? Yeah, it's been a couple days. Sorry about that. Haven't done a whole lot. I did get to work yesterday on getting more of this guy done, and I've gotten through the heel. I actually had to rip out most of the heel because I was trying to do the heel in the version where you only, because it goes back and forth, you need to knit and purl. And I was trying to do the version where you only knit, which gives you garter stitch for the heel, which looks cool. But I forgot it's slight, because the pattern is my pattern. It's not a written pattern or anything like that. It's just my own heel design that's in my head that I use because it's what I like. I call it the rounded heel because it's more rounded rather than pointy, because I don't have pointy heels, and it works for my mom as well, so all is good. But I was trying to do the garter stitch version, and apparently I forgot that the garter stitch is a little, doesn't quite stretch out naturally as much, and it has to have a different stitch count with it. So I got through it and was like, wait, this isn't right. The heel was like this long. I'm like, oh, I forgot. And I don't quite remember off the top of my head what the actual pattern was, because it's been forever since I've done it. So yeah, I have to find that. I know kind of which book it is in. I think I know which book it is in. So yeah, I just went with the normal, but yeah, that meant ripping out and redoing an entire heel. I have figured up that I need to basically get half a sock done every single day for the next few days to get this done in time. Give or take, you know, I can kind of do 1 or 2 socks, get a third of the sock done in a day or something like that. So it's not that hard to accomplish. I just have to sit down and do it. And I am in like ADD mode at the moment, so yeah, so much so that I have something to show you. Does this look familiar to you? I'm gonna go with no, because I just barely started it. This is Heaven and Earth Designs. Sorry, finger in the lens. Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Hannah Disney. Pretty sure that's correct. I'm trying to remember the designer, the original artwork, artist names. It's hard. I'm not any good at it, but I need to do that, so. But I was watching Amy at Obsessively Crafty. Amy-Obsessively Crafty. She's got a lot of cute things. Downside to her channel, the volume is very, very low. Like, oh, way low. And if a commercial comes on in the middle of hers, you're like, ah! Oh, because the commercial comes on obviously very loud and you have to turn her up, but still cute things. And she was showing one of her whips, and I was listening. Oh, this is my Heaven and Earth design, blah blah blah. This is Janessa. I was like, Janessa is the name of my little niece. She's not quite a year old yet. But when I heard it and saw the picture and stuff, I was like, must have. So I spent quite a bit of time yesterday doing this and this rather than that, which is what I should have been doing. All the floss is not there. This is actually a Heaven and Earth Designs. They have the regular, but they also have quick stitch. I got the quick stitch version because I'd like to actually see a progress on a Heaven and Earth at some point in my lifetime. And yeah, so it still had like 90 colors in it or something. I was like, holy crapola. But there were some that, yeah. This is just the start of this, and then some colors that only have like 20, 30 stitches or something like that. They're in some other projects, so I just have indications as to which ones. And then I changed a few colors because there was a few colors. It's like, 17 stitches. 1 stitch. I am not going to get that skein out for 1 stitch. Not gonna happen. Not on a quick stitch project. It's very pointless. And then I have one. It was 905 and 907. I think 907 or 905, one of them, was one of them that's like 2-3 stitches, something like that. And I'm like, no. Just no. And I didn't have 905 or 907. And 906 was actually right between the two colors. And it's funny because one of them, it's like, I don't know, 20, 30 stitches tops for these ones. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm not buying a separate skein for that. Just not going to do it. And I think I have 906, but I think it's in one of my other projects. Not 906. 907, I think, is in another project. But I just decided to move them both to 906 because it's just pointless. But I have tons of colors that are like one shade off. And because they don't have a huge amount of stitches, I just grabbed the color that's just slightly different shade. This one here was one of those. 208 it's a color that's coming, but it is a color that's used. And again, it was like, I say 17 stitches because I feel like everything said 17 stitches. But it was something like that. And I'm just like, I'm not buying a whole new skein of 3837 just because I don't have one. But I don't have one, the 3837. I'm not going to go and buy it for 17 stitches. So I just switched it over to 208, and this has information for me. Letting me know that I changed certain colors to other colors. Just because they were generally, 20, maybe 30 stitches tops. And I didn't have the color on hand. And I didn't want to buy a brand new skein for just those few stitches. There were some that I had to do that with. I just didn't feel there was a shade that was really close enough. And a lot of them were in the 3/8, which is okay because I hardly have any 3/8 colors. So building up that stash, not a bad thing. So yeah, that's been started, and I didn't even finish a full strand at this point. It starts there, and I tried like 5 different colors around this color. Yeah, I have absolutely none of them. I ordered everything from 123 Stitch last night, but I had absolutely none of the colors that was just, and this is just a big block of color. And then I was looking at it and I was kind of like, whoa, this has got a lot of stitches in it. And because this is on 14 count and their suggestions for number of skeins is on 25 count, 1/1, obviously. I was like, oh, whoa, I didn't check that. So I found 2 colors that have a great number of stitches, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm going to need 2 skeins for those 2 colors. One of them was this color, so I had to order another one of these. Hopefully it actually comes in close enough. I'm pretty sure my 20s was a newer skein, so versus an older skein. Even so, I have skeins that I have 3 or 4 different ones in that would have been they would have been from, of course, different dye lots, but I mean the packaging on the, oh yeah, that's newer. Looking at that, the packaging on it was just from so many different time frames, and every single skein like looks identical to the others. So I think I'll most likely be okay. If I'm not, then I'll have to figure something out, I guess. I don't know. We'll cross that bridge if it comes to it. But yeah, that's my meager start on that, and I have to work on this today, but I have to do regular work. I have grime guards that, of course, have to be made, and items to list on eBay, and maybe work on some designing. I don't know. Anyways, that'll be it for this update, and I'll see you in a sec. Okay, well, it's been well over a week since I recorded anything. To be honest, I haven't worked on much of anything. I dealt with a few days of allergies that were really affecting my eyes. Yes, those fun ones. Yes, very fun. But I just also haven't really been into working on anything. I guess a little bit of a stitchy bug, loss. And I just haven't wanted to do much of anything. I haven't felt like doing much of anything. I've done a little bit here and there, and I do want to show that. This is a sock from, what I was supposed to be working on. By the way, it is April 1st right now. Yeah, of the 4 socks I was supposed to make, that's all I got done. I had several days where I could have at least completed another sock. I did not want to. I hit a phase of I do not want to knit socks, which is funny because I can be in phases where I'm like, I just want to sit and knit socks. It's the way of my brain. I believe I showed you this. It's been a while, so I'm not sure. But this is a Janessa, which is, oh, what's her name? Something, Hannah Disney. It's Hannah Disney design. Available on Heaven and Earth, charted by Heaven and Earth. And as you can see, I've put in quite a bit. This is a quick stitch, so you're going to see a lot more work on it than you would a normal size or super sized HAED, or even the minis, which is what half of mine, or most of my HAEDs are actually. I think all but one of them are minis. Even those, like, you'll see the minis, this is like somewhere between 2 and 3% of the design done. The minis I have, you can see this much work done, or a little bit more, and I think they're still under 1%. Like, yeah, the minis are still a lot bigger than the a lot more stitches. This is on 14 count, so this is actually going to be about the size of the minis when the minis are done. So go me. Additional thing I have to show you. Yep, crinkling. Raven Queen. I found this on Amazon. It's a full kit. You can hear the beads. Can't see them, but there's the fabric. There's some of the DMC. You can see the bead pack right there. It also has all of the additional, the water lilies, the whisper thread, the Krynic, and, it all fully kitted up. Was a little bit cheaper because they took the water lilies and the Krynic and gave you less than like a full spool or a full skein, and it's supposed to be enough to complete the design, so we'll have to see. But saving a couple bucks on a Mira is always a good thing in my world, because poverty, not complete poverty, just poorer than most people that do this hobby for sure. So I'm thinking of adding this to my birthday starts. I don't know yet. If I can come up, right now I have 11, which means if I add this, it's 12. And if I come up with like 2 or 3 more projects to start, I can work on each one of these for 2 days. At 11, I can work on almost all of them for 3 days apiece, and then, a couple of them for 2 days apiece. I don't know yet what I'm going to do. Yeah, don't know. It's not like I need another Mira, but I do enjoy working on them. We will see. Anywho, because it is April 1st, it is also time to start new WIPCO goals. Here is my first one. 8 hours of work on Halloween Quaker. Sorry guys, I'm still slightly tired. Yeah. I have started this little motif over here. I'm going to work on that some more and just see where I get to. My other whip go is, oh, what is it? It's Time Goes By, charted by Heaven and Earth Design, original artwork by Pat Brennan, I believe. I'll try and put a picture in over the top of this, you know which one. And that one is 8 hours or 500 stitches. We'll see what happens with that, I don't know. But I pulled this out and this is where I'm at, and I plan to show you where I get to. So yeah, that's really all the information I have for you at the moment. So next clip should be a little bit of work done on this. See you in a sec. Okay, it's what is it? It's Sunday. It's Sunday morning now. I didn't record anything yesterday or the night before showing my work. I did work on it a little bit yesterday as well. But I put in probably 3.5, 4 hours worth of work. I'm loving working on this motif. Like, it's just, it's pretty. It's pretty. I don't like working with the 2 different color strands because I like looping it through the eye of the needle. But yeah. And this way it well, it comes out when I get towards the end of the strand. It comes out, which I don't like doing, but it does create really cool color combo, which I do love. Look at that, isn't that pretty? Yes, there is a row in which the yeah, the stitches are going the wrong way. Every single time I zoom in on something, you will find this, because I have no ability to be consistent. Nope, none whatsoever. Fuzziness, focus, fuzziness. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is what I've accomplished. 3.5, 4 hours. I don't remember. I'd have to look. So I've got another 4.5 hours of work to do on this. And from there, I will go on to Time Goes By. Looking forward to working on that a little bit. And this is really all I've worked on. I am going to do a 25/7 spin today, I think. Just to, yeah, I don't know, just to do one. It is Sunday. I actually do have some free time. And I mostly feel like goofing off. I have been in goof off mode for like the past 2 weeks. I don't want to do anything. I just don't want to do anything. This is my life, though. Yes, I am middle-aged and completely irresponsible. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah. Responsibility, not my thing. I really should learn some of that at some point in my life, but oh, I don't really want to. Oh, but I have to do adulting. I actually need to clean my kitchen floor today, because it's really bad. Because I spilled shit last night. Whoopsies. I cleaned up most of it, but it gets into the corners and the edges, so I need to clean all the edges up. This is my life. This is why you have a husband. You can make him do stuff for you when you don't want to do it. I know. There's several of you going, yeah, no, it doesn't work that way. Yeah, I know. This is why I don't have a husband. Can't make him do the things I want. I'm sorry. I've been watching, what's his name? Nigel Baker. He does reactions to BTS. My mind is like kind of zoned in with his at the moment because I've been watching him nonstop because he's funny. Yeah. So I actually think I'm going to end this video here. I know it's going to be a shorter video. It's going to be like maybe 20 minutes, I think, if that. Yeah, because I just haven't done much the past few weeks. I explained this in the last clip, so I'm not going to explain it again. Hopefully I'm getting back into it. I'm feeling a little bit more interest in stitching. I don't know. I still don't have that deep grasp desire to just sit there and stitch and stitch and stitch. Kind of miss that. Though it's good not to have that because when I go into that phase, sometimes I don't do my other work, and that's a bad thing. But yeah, so gonna end this clip here, and we'll start the next one, later on today, possibly with the 25/7 stitch. If I work on this, we'll see that. I don't know. It doesn't matter. You're not going to see it in this video. It'll be in the next one. So anyways, that'll be it for this round of vlog, and I will see you again later. Bye.